on him. The puck is down. Opening faceoff brought to you by our friends at Big Wings. We're underway as the Raiders get control. Rudolph plays it off the left wall, and Lodwick has it in the Pats zone. He's got a lane to the net already. Lodwick's going to go around behind, though. Didn't have a lane in front. Now send it back to the blue line for Barrett. Pine doesn't have a stick. It's in the corner. Now here's Sivertson in the corner. Playing in his hometown rink here. Puck comes loose to Lodwick in the slot, and he'll go around behind the Pats net again. In front for Heisey. He's tied up, couldn't get a shot away, and the Pats will clear it out towards center. Barrett on the back check, lost it at the blue line. Caden Brown takes over. Now here's Maddox Schultz, a shot. That one whistles wide to steal Bass, and Barrett picks it up on the left side of the Raiders zone. Played out to center. McNutt's pass is off the mark and back into the Pats zone. Deschamps picks it up, although he faces a check. He gets it to the right side. McNutt again plays it off the right side wall, held in to the Pats zone by Korkish. Now into the corner for Oiring. Back to left blue line. Sobria one-timer. Korkish was looking for a tip. It went off the side of the net. Rebound a chance there from Doobie is denied by Pine. Play stopped. 53 seconds in. The Raiders put a couple shots on the board quickly. But wing, he's got Cohen Clausen taking the draw for him. Left side of Pine up against Oiring in the Pats zone. Doobie lined up off the wall looking for a one-timer if they can get it to him. Tie up off the draw. Oiring broke his stick. Puck's going to come back to the right side line. Kelly gets it over to Sobry. Oiring's got a fresh stick here as it's dumped behind the net. There's a penalty coming on the Pats here. Hooking looks like the call. Korkish is the one who drew it. And up against Zach Moore. Oiring's on with Doobie, Heisey, Rudolph, and Boychuk is the other blue liner. Face off right side of Pine, one towards the wall. Rudolph will get it at the left point. Now right side for Boychuk. Boychuk back to Rudolph. One-timer! That's denied by Pine. Looked like there was a screen in front, and it was cleared down the length of the ice. Bass out of his net to play it. Leaves it for Rudolph. He'll swing it around left side for Doobie. And Doobie looks to exit the Raiders zone. He'll send it right side for Heisey. Off his skate. Couldn't settle it down, but he's able to get a stick lift, and Heisey takes it in. Tried to drop a tripping call, but not going to get it this time. The Pats will take it out to center again. Up the right side, here's Carter Bear one-on-one with Rudolph. He'll try a shot, but Rudolph blocked it. It goes into the corner, and Doobie gets control up the left wing for Boychuk now. Boychuk out to center. Over the left side of the blue line. And into the middle for Heisey. Towards the goal, Oiring tipped it wide. Rebound, Rudolph, or Boychuk racked away at it. Now Oiring puts it just over the goal. Hit a stick along the way. Eglin picks it up for the Pats, and he'll put it off the left wall and out to center. Rudolph has it at the Raider blue line up the left wing for Doobie. He's poke-checked into the zone, and the Pats get it back. Here's Eglin at center. Dumps it in. Brock Cripps picks it up before the goal line. He'll swing behind his net. Now up the right side. And he finds Chenier. Ollie Chenier kicks it right side for Sivertson. Sivertson dumps it in around behind the net. Korkish has it on the left wing. Played into the corner for Chenier once more. They'll battle for it to the right side of Pine. Puck still loose somewhere in that pile, and they'll blow the whistle, it sounds like. 45 seconds left in the Raider power play. Goal. Shots show 2-0 for the Raiders. Still no score as Sivertson lines up for the draw on the power play here. Up against Caden Brown. Brown wins it right back to his goaltender, and Korkish forechecking is going to force him to cover that one up and stop play. Draw here, yes he will. He'll boot Sivertson out. So Lodwick's on the draw now against Brown, and Lodwick wins it back clean, but a little too clean. Brock Cripps couldn't quite reach it. He'll have to retreat out to his own blue line. Has some pressure from Cohen Clausen, but able to bring it up the left side. Has Meunier entering the zone. Meunier still with the man advantage, drops it along the left wall, looking for Cripps, but swatted out to center by the Pats, and Chenier collects it at the blue line for the Raiders. He and Korkish go back and forth, and it's picked up by Chenier again. Chenier's out to center now. Over the Pat blue line, plays it off the right wall, picks it up himself, stops up on the goal line, tries to shovel it back along the wall, but it didn't have the gas to get back to the point, and it's cleared by Cohen Clausen. 10 seconds left in the Raider power play. They've got it in their own zone as it's brought around the left side by Cripps up to the blue line, hassled by Maddox Schultz. Cripps will dump this one in. Ben Harvey's after it against Reese Hamilton. Hamilton gets it loose for Schultz. He'll go behind the net and send it up the left side. Almost too many men on the ice there as Lansard was ready to play the puck, and his his teammate had not left the ice yet, but got off the ice in time. Sobry up the left side, tipped in by Korkish. No, they're going to say it wasn't touched by Korkish, so that'll be an icing call. And Harvey, and none of them look like they want to take the draw here. They're all lined up as wingers. Howe's going to step in now against Maddox Schultz. These two would have played against each other wearing similar colors too. Minto green for Howe as the Pats get control. McNutt up the right side, and he'll get it right back from Schultz, but McNutt couldn't hold the line. It clears out to center. Korkish gets it loose, and he'll send it over to the right wing for Harvey. Harvey will dump this one in. Smith stepped offside, so he'll have to retreat and regains the line as the Pats bring it out towards center. McNutt up the left side. He'll find Keats Fawcett, who dumps it in. Pats are offside, and Schultz stepping up with a check there. will force the offside draw to come out probably towards the Pat zone. No, it looks like it'll stay just outside the Raiders zone. Paul. Pardon me, Raiders are 40% on the power play, 2 for 5. Correction from earlier. Pats on the penalty kill were pretty solid in their first 2 games as well, as they had a shorthanded goal. This one's going to find its way over the glass and out of play. The Pats had a shorthanded goal. Oiring on to take the draw against Zach Moore. 16:09 on the clock. Puck is down. Oiring gets it to Barrett. He'll send it ahead for Korkish on the left wing. And now up the left side to center for Doobie, who couldn't quite outmuscle his man. Otherwise, he might have had a breakaway. Bridgman takes it back into his own zone for the Pats. He'll leave it along the right wall. And it's going to come out to center for Mays. Mays gains the Raider blue line, checked by Barrett. He'll send it back into the middle here for Shams. Shams up the left side for Moore, and he'll re-enter the zone. Moore towards the goal line, sent in front, and Steele Bass got the stick in the lane of that one, sending it out to center. Pats retreat for it, and it's to Shams who sends it ahead. Moore will get a tip on it, and it'll drop out in the dasher there. Took a funny hop off the wall. Rudolph collects it in the right corner, sends it left side for Barrett, back up the right wing. Rudolph there to try and get it loose, but taken away by the Pats. Barrett gets a handle on it, and he'll take it to the right corner and ahead for Chenier. He'll tip it to the middle for Heisey. Heisey's out to center. He'll dump it in from the right side. Heisey can't get around the back check of Matt Peranich. Sent up the left side, but held in at the right point. Here's Rudolph with a chance. He'll fire one. No, pardon me, that's Cripps. That's blocked along the way. Clark gets it now, right side for Cripps again. Cripps into the middle, Lodwick, now Clark. Hubert Clark fires. That one might have been tipped, but Pine makes the pad save as Chenier goes after the rebound. And it's get back to the left point for Clark again. He's got a lane. He'll fire, block it away by Pine. That was Cripps stick tapping for it on the right side point as Clark fired from the middle. The Pats will clear this one down the ice, and Hubert Clark will touch up. Face-off to come back inside the Pats zone. And they both send it to the wall off the draw. It's cleared off the glass and back into Raider territory. Clark going back for the icing call, but can't get creative enough with the route, and he's going to have to pick it up. He'll send it up the left side for Sivertson. Sivertson fanned on the dump-in attempt here, and the Raiders are offside as a result as Ty Meunier couldn't get back over the line in time. In front of the penalty boxes. And Schultz will win it towards the left. Reese Hamilton has to retreat into his own zone for it. He'll pick it up and skate in front of his goaltender towards the right. Hamilton up to the blue line, sends it up the left side, and it's going to get tipped in by Schultz. Bennett Kelly's back for it for the Raiders behind his goal. He'll sweep it up the left side, hits a stick. McNutt can't hold it in at the point. He'll jam it back into Raider territory, but the Pats are offside. Sobry has control. He'll send it up the left side. Meunier tips this one into the offensive zone. Boychuk's the first man to it. He'll take a check from Hamilton, and they'll battle in the right side corner. Hamilton gets it loose. It's up the right side now for Fawcett. Fawcett off the right wall saw for Lansard. He'll take a check from Sobry. Fawcett follows up the puck into the corner, but Kelly cuts him off. Puck loose, and Fawcett gets it out of the pile. Fawcett on the right side wall, trying to skate in towards the middle. Fires a shot. That one whistles wide. Lansard was looking for a baseball swing on the rebound before he was able to glove it down instead and plays it behind the net and into the corner. Raiders trying to take it away from him, and Boychuk has it on the right wing. He'll send it to the middle for Sobry, and the Raiders are out of their zone. Back and forth, Sobry and Sivertson go into the Pats territory. The Pats take it away, though, and the Pats have it on the stick of Schultz. He'll cross center and dump this one in. Comes around to the right wing. Barrett will take a golf swing at it, but can't get it further. Now it's in the skates of Smith, and the puck will find its way back out to center. Clausen jams at it and gets a handle on it. He's taken down with a hit there by Sobry. Barrett will go behind the net for it and send it up the right side for Sivertson. Sivertson's run over there. A big hit by Colton Bridgman, who saw him coming from center. And the Pats will bring it back up the right side. Into the Raiders zone comes Julian Mays on the right side. Into the corner now, back towards the slot. Liam Pugh fires one just wide, and now Rudolph gets control. Pats still yet to register a shot. Harvey and Howe are out to center. Harvey has the third man in. It's Smith coming in on the backhand. He'll put one towards the goal. There's a penalty coming on the Pats as Smith was hooked along the way. Another shot there. Rudolph got it to Harvey, who tipped it on. Play stopped, and now pushing and shoving after the whistle here. Raiders look like they're getting a power play. Evan Smith was hooked 3 ways from Sunday. Raiders, Evan Smith hooked by Cohen Clausen. Oiring, Doobie, Heisey, Rudolph, and Boychuk on for the Raider power play, but the Pats get control, and Deschamps is going to airmail this one down the length of the ice. Raiders ducking for cover there on their bench as that one looked like it might find its way in. Now Rudolph scoops it up from behind his net. Less than 13 minutes to go in this first period here as Boychuk gets the drop pass and sends it left side for Doobie. Doobie crosses the blue line, dumps it in. Boychuk picks it up on the right wing. He's there with Heisey. Pats have 2 guys there. Oiring comes in as the third man. He'll get loose and take it behind the net. Oiring pops out to the right side of Pine on the left wing. Now into the corner for Heisey. Heisey along the goal line. He has to battle with Ephraim McNutt. McNutt takes it away. He's got it pinned along the wall now. Oiring and Heisey working to get it free. Doobie gets it back to the point. Rudolph now right side. Boychuk. Boychuk cross ice. Doobie one-timer. Doobie! Doobie scores! Third of the season for Braden Doobie. Didn't get all of this one-timer, but he got enough of it over an outstretched Kelton Pine, and the Raiders are up 1-0. Riley Boychuk with a pass across the ice. It hit a stick along the way, and as a result, fluttered a little bit. Doobie, though, able to recognize that pass had slowed down, and as a result, he's able to get enough wood on it to put this one through, and it's 1-0 Raiders, 7 minutes and 49 seconds in. Doobie, his third of the season, second on the power play of the season. Raiders are 1 for 2 on the night. Boychuk, I'm thinking, will pick up an assist, as will, I think, Rudolph, and the Raiders are on the back check off the draw at center. Pass came out of his net, played it to Barrett in the left corner, and right corner for Rudolph, and out to center. Bridgman picks it up for the Blades. Rudolph does pick up an assist on the play. Pats over their own blue line now. Sent ahead. Schultz tried to tip it in. Heisey denied it. The Pats are onside, though, as Lansard sends it ahead. Schultz with a shot. Blocked by Rudolph. Out towards center. Shams tried to hold this one in, but it did come out. Schultz is offside as the Raiders look to get control. Barrett skates all the way up to his blue line now. Pass ahead looking for Lodwick. That one's over his stick. There's a race for it, and Bridgman is the one who got there first. So icing is called and a face-off to come. Moore on the draw up against Evan Smith. Moore wins it back, but a great stick lift there from Lodwick denies the play. Lodwick's got it out to center as he brings it over the right side. Takes a hit from Hamilton, just enough to take the puck away from his stick. Mathis Paul plays it behind the net for the Pats, and it's swept out to center again. Harvey poke checks it back to Cripps in his own zone. Raiders still with control. Cripps spins it off the left wall for Smith with a really nice pass. Now ahead, here's Howe trying to dance his way in. Poke checked off his stick. Harvey couldn't take control. And there's a big hit there. Hubert Clark and Zach Moore both just collided with each other. I don't know how neither man went down. That was colossal. Now here's Mathis Paul at his own blue line. He'll bring it over the center ice line, dumps it into Raider territory. Cripps gets control. Now Clark on the left side. He's back out to center for the Raiders. He'll dump it into the Pats zone. Left side, here's Clausen now. Clausen takes a hit from Harvey. That'll knock the puck free along the wall. Second man in for the Pats will clear this one high out to center. Boychuk and Clark on the back check. And Clark gets control. He'll send it towards the right side. Pats take it away. Peranich ahead for Pugh now. Pugh dumps it in from the left side. Now Clark behind the net. Plays around left side. Pats get control. Right point to Shamps. Left side Peranich. Peranich from distance, tipped towards the goal, it comes out the backside, and that one somehow found its way off the back of Bass and wide, and the Raiders still get control here. Here's Hubert Clark on the left side. Cleared down the length of the ice here, but it's skittering. Will it make the icing line? No. Peranich picks it up shy of the goal. He'll go around behind his net to the left with Boychuk in chase. Peranich gets to the red line before Sivertson cuts him off, and the puck comes into the Raider blue line. Penalty coming here, and I think it's going to come to the Raiders. Maybe not. Interference is the call. And the Pats are going to go to the box. It's Cohen Clausen again. With that, the Raiders will go to their third advantage collision power play. Rudolph will get it at the left point, sends it to the wall for Doobie. Now right side for Boychuk, back to the middle. Rudolph a shot, tipped wide of the goal. Heisey's after it behind the net. Oiring comes in to help him out, trying to get it loose for Boychuk. And Boychuk does get a handle on it, but he's below the goal line. He'll find Oiring. Oiring back to the left side point for Doobie, halfway up the wall. Oiring now in front. Heisey tips it on. That's between the legs of Pine, but he's able to close the wickets and stop that one. 9:38 left to go in the first period. Raiders still up 8-0 on the shot clock. Nutt and Deschamps on the blue line. Moore and Brown up front as Moore will line up for the draw up against Oiring. And Oiring wins it back clean to the left point for Rudolph. Now right side, Boychuk walks in, fires, blocked by Deschamps. And Rudolph thought about stepping up, but no, the puck's going to get by him as Moore pokes it out. Bass comes out of his net to play it. He'll send it right back out to center, and the Pats have it at their own blue line. Here's Bridgman, now right side, McNutt. McNutt gains his own blue line before he dumps it down, and Rudolph thought about playing that and decided to let Bass make the stop there. Bass got it over to Rudolph. Now Boychuk, now Doobie at center. Doobie right through the middle of everybody, tried to stick handle his way through too many bodies, and it's cleared down the ice. Bass comes out of his net and will stop it behind. The 1:05 left to go on the power play. Brock Cripps scripts it up from below his goal line. He'll bring it up the left side, gets by Eglund, and now Cripps in through the middle of the blue line, kicks it right side for Sivertson. He'll send it around behind the net, and it's going to come to the left point for Meunier. Meunier Up the left wall for Cripps. Now back to the middle for Chenier. Chenier skates to the right point. Into the middle for Meunier. Now left side Cripps. Cripps puts one towards the goal. It's going to bounce around. Sivertson's looking for it. Can't get a handle on it, but he has some help from Chenier. Now Corkish behind the net. Right side Meunier. Back to the blue line Cripps. Middle now left side. Chenier one-timer blasted it just wide. And that puck is going to get by Meunier and back out to center. 32 seconds left to go on the power play for the Raiders. 8:30 left to go in this period. Raiders back into the offensive zone. Corkish now. Here's Sivertson. Sivertson back up the left wall to Chenier at the point. Back up the left wall into the corner now for Sivertson again. Back to Chenier as they go back and forth. Into the middle for Cripps. Left side Chenier. Thinks about it. One-timer. Tip. They score! Welcome to the WHL. Owen Corkish! Chenier took a little bit of meat off that one-timer, and as a result, Corkish put his stick in the right place. Bar down. And just like that, the Cottage Grove, Minnesota natives got his first goal in the WHL. 11 minutes and 48 seconds in. Owen Corkish on the power play. And the Raiders are up 2-0. Well, I knew he was only a matter of time with the way Corkish had been playing in those first two games. He'd find his way on the score sheet, and a picture-perfect tip is his first goal in the WHL. Pats have control off the draw at center. Lancer gets to the Raider blue line before he's disrupted. Goes behind the Raider goal. Kelly will send it up the right side. Smith gets a stick lift on it, but the Pats hold it in. Here's Hamilton now left side for Schultz, who couldn't handle the pass. Lodwick will get by him up the right side. Smith with a stick lift there, trying to get it out. Smith able to hold on to it. He'll drop it back for Kelly. Kelly plays it off the glass and over everybody's head, and the Pats will skate back for it. Here's Matt Peranich gets control. Less than 8 minutes to go in this first period. Shots are 9-0. Peranich up the right side, gains the red line and dumps this one in. Kelly's after it in the right side corner, ahead for Doobie on the wall. Hit from Fawcett, frees the puck up, but Oiring got it loose for a moment. Lancer gets it right back. Fawcett has a lane towards the goal. He'll go to the goal line, can't get a shot away. Fawcett, though, back up the left wall towards the left point. He'll send it to the right side for Bridgman. Bridgman from the middle of the blue line tries a shot. Connor Howell blocked that one. And Bridgman has to bring it back out to center. Bridgman pass ahead. Lancer tips this one in. Barrett picks it up around behind his net. Raiders looking to go on the attack now as Barrett brings it over his own blue line and up to center and dumps it in. And Barrett's going to go in on the forecheck to pick up his own puck. Now in front for Oiring, a shot! And Pine able to stare that one down. Play is stopped. Great play there by Lyndon Barrett, who dumped it in, picked up his own rebound of the Pats zone up against Cohen Clausen, who's been in the box for both goals tonight. He'll tie Boychuk up on the draw. Julian Mays gets control, and Mays is out to center on the left side and into the Raiders zone. Now right side for Liam Pugh. He tried to center it, but it hit a stick and bounces wide. Now Rudolph chips it up the right side, and Sivertson gets control. Sivertson over left side to center for Barrett. He'll gain the red line. That one almost went over the glass, but he hits the top of it. Pine out of his net, couldn't stop it behind the net. Hamilton had it taken away. Sivertson couldn't dance out front. The puck's going to come back to the point. Rudolph puts it towards the goal, but it hits a body along the way. Pats have control out to center now. Mays put to the wall by Barrett. Pugh's going to take it away from him. Barrett's going to get a penalty. Pugh trying to go across the ice for Clausen, but that one hopped over his stick. And now the Pats still with control in the offensive zone, but Boychuk will touch up, play stopped, and boarding the call on Lyndon Barrett. 6:20 left to go in this first period. The Hill to get its turn. I'm Nick Nielsen. Welcome back on Brant Raider Radio 900 CKBI. Pats have control as the Raiders have a 2-0 lead. Here, 6 minutes left to go in this first period. Keats Fawcett has it on the right side. Westview steering and break penalty kill underway as the Pats get a shot, but not through. Rudolph able to block that one, and here's Schultz now. Back to the right point for Fawcett. Fawcett walks towards the slot. Lodwick tried to block it. It got around him, but a sweeping poke check will get it back to the blue line. Not out. Held in. Here's Hamilton. Left side for Schultz. Schultz towards the goal. Pad. Save from Bass. Rebound is sent over the net by Zach Moore. Now Schultz back to the blue line. Fawcett on the right side. Back to Hamilton in the middle. He'll fire. Blocked by Heisey. And the clearing attempt from Lodwick was denied before he could get it away. Now here's Lancer with the loose puck. He'll try a sharp angle shot, and Steele Bass will stare that one down with a glove. The season 77.8%. Pats power play. 2 goals on 10 power play opportunities, so 20%. Julian Mays off the draw falls as he tried to pull it out from the face-off circle, and now there's about 7 bodies all fighting for it inside the face-off circle. Bennett Kelly's the one who comes away with it. He'll take it into the corner where he's quickly surrounded. Kelly still with it along the wall, killing time. 3 Pats surrounding him. Puck comes loose to the right point for Ephraim McNutt. The Pats captain plays it up the right wall to get away from Oiring. Now centering feed for Mays. He fanned on it. Oiring gets it loose, and Oiring's got one guy to beat. It's Matt Peranich. Oiring up the right side now, and he might try and cut to the middle. He will. Clausen takes it away there as Peranich got just enough stick on it, and now here's McNutt behind his net. 5 minutes left to go in the first period. Raiders out shooting the Pats 10-2. Pats still with a power play for 39 seconds as Caden Brown dumps it in. And Bennett Kelly's back for it now. Kelly plays it off the right side, and that's blocked by Peranich. Now McNutt gets control at the blue line. Back to Peranich in the middle. McNutt on the right side. Side of the goal for Julian Mays. He'll fire a shot, patted into the middle, and cleared down the ice. 20 seconds left on the power play here. Steele Bass, another save, his 3rd of the night. And some good help from his teammates there, because Lansard was just looking to get the rebound out front, but his teammates quickly saw it coming and cleared it away. And now the Raiders have control as the Pats tried to bring it in, and that one's going to get cleared out by Ben Harvey. 2 seconds left in the penalty to Lyndon Barrett. He's back on the ice. The Pats with control as they cross their blue line. Puck sent up the right side for Maddox Schultz. He'll dump this one right into the stomach of Sobry outside the blue line. They'll battle for it, and Shams comes loose with it. Shams gets a pass away. Schultz and Howe will battle for it, and the puck comes out to center. Now here's Lodwick. Lodwick over the Pats' blue line. He'll cut down the left wing, now looking towards the front of the net. In front, tipped on goal. Ben Harvey scores! His first in the WHL, and the Raiders have a 3-0 lead with less than 4 to go here in the first period. It's a couple of rookies finding the back of the net as Ben Harvey tips this one home. 16:01 into the first period. Ben Harvey had an assist last year on his call-up with the Raiders. He's got his first goal tipped in from the front of the net as Harrison Lodwick cut below the goal line. And just like that, the Raiders are up 3-0. Not sure who the second assist will go to. Might be Ty Sobry. Raiders get it off the draw. Rudolph up the left side. Check there to Connor Howe as he tried to get it over the red line, and the puck is clipped into Raider territory. Rudolph's back for it in his own zone. And it is just Harvey from Lodwick right now as the Pats get control of the puck, but it's going to be taken away here as Ben Harvey and Lodwick work together, and Harvey's got it out to center. He'll dump it into Pats territory. Harvey, check there against Peranich. Deschamps comes in and gets the puck loose. Now here's Carter Bear trying to bring it out the left side. Meunier held it into the zone for a moment. Harvey makes a check but can't hold it in, and Connor Bear is going to bring it down the left side. He'll fire one on, and the steel glove of Steele Bass denies that one. Play stopped with 3:21 left in the first period. Boychuk lines up on the draw against Moore now, right side of Bass. Off the draw, he's going to be tested with another pad save. Shot came off the left wing, and the Pats have it out at center now at their own blue line. Mathis Paul left side for Reese Hamilton. He'll gain the red line. Poke check before he can enter the zone, but the Pats do stay on side. Boychuk will send it to the right side. Cripps will settle things down. Brock Cripps over left side now for Clark. Hubert Clark gains the red line, dumps this one in. Pine out of his net, couldn't stop it. It comes to left wing for Moore. He'll chip it off the wall, and it's out to center for Mathis Paul. Into Raider territory, he'll dump this one in. Clark gets control for the Raiders, and Boychuk has it back out to center. Boychuk over the red line, left side for Sivertson as he enters the Pats zone. Meunier towards the goal. Boychuk was trying to go to the net there, and he falls though, and the Pats will get control. This one cleared out to center, but Cripps able to block it, and he'll send it back into his own zone anyways, as he was looking for Barrett, but just missed the mark. Barrett will get back for it, pick it up the left side, and Barrett skates over the middle of his own blue line. Off the right side of the red line looking for Meunier, but that one missed the mark, and the Pats are on the attack the other way. 3-on-2 here as it's sent left side by Shams. Now entering the zone, Julian Mays to the slot. Rudolph steps into him, checks him away from the puck, and clears it out to center. Deschamps dumps this one into the Raiders bench, it looks like. Play stopped, 2:14 left to go in this first period. For the draw, up against Cohen Clausen. Lodwick stepped over the line there before they dropped the puck, so they'll get him to readjust. Puck won by Clausen back into the Pats zone. Peranich is back for it on the left wing, now right side for Deschamps. He'll send it ahead to his blue line, picked up by Mays. He's out to center and over the right side of the red line. He'll backhand it in. Rudolph picks it up behind the net to the Raiders, up the right side for Lodwick. Lodwick, left side for Chenier. He'll spin his way over the left side of the blue line, crosses center and takes a hit from Deschamps as he dumps it in. Heisey's in on the forecheck to get the loose puck. Taken away from him, and the Pats have control. Mays into the middle for Pugh. Liam Pugh even winding his way over the red line before he dumps it in. in the Raiders zone. Rudolph has it behind the net. Check to the wall by Clausen. Puck comes loose for Lodwick. Now up the right side. Chenier protects it along the wall and sends it back to the corner for Rudolph. Barrett's wide open on the left wing. He'll slowly skate up to the left side and plays ahead for Lodwick. Lodwick's in. He'll try a shot, but that hits a stick along the way of Ephraim McNutt on the back check. Now Doobie's going to send it back, and Lodwick's firing a couple shots here. I think he's going to get a penalty as him and Reese Hamilton were jawing at each other behind the net. And with 1:23 left to go, while in play, Oehring versus Schultz on the draw, left side of Kelton Pine. 4-on-4 for the next 1:23 as the Pats get control, and Peranich has it around behind the net, up the right side to center. Peranich crosses the red line into Raiders territory. He'll drop it into the middle for Schultz. Schultz pinned along the wall, the puck back to the blue line. The Pats can't hold it in, and they'll dump it into Raider territory. Barrett has it in the right side corner. And Barrett had Maddox Schultz closing in. Made contact with Schultz. Oehring came away with the loose puck, but the Pats get control. Last minute of play brought to you by our friends at Mr. Mike's Steakhouse's Faucet. Back in his own zone, hassled by Oehring the whole way. Puck comes over to McNutt now. He's in front of his goaltender. He'll back up behind. Ephraim McNutt now watching from behind the net as Oehring watches in front. Sends it left side for Peranich. Now McNutt has it at his right side of his blue line. He'll cross center and into Raider territory. He drops it back along the wall for Fawcett. Fawcett in towards the slot. McNutt will try and spin and put one on goal, but that's blocked along the way, and the Raiders get control. Oehring behind his net for Rudolph. Rudolph, slow and methodical behind his net, sends it right side for Oehring. Oehring goes behind the net. Now Barrett and Schultz collide. Barrett goes down. And Oehring still below the goal line here with 20 seconds. He's going to go to the bench here for a change as he leaves the puck for Riley Boychuk. Boychuk going to send it off the right side wall, and it's going to come out to center. Lansard tried to tip this one in, and Barrett able to knock it out of the air, but into his own bench. Play stopped, and a face-off to come towards the right side of the Raiders zone. 9.7 left to go in the first period. Now defunct Penticton V's, because that franchise doesn't exist. Now the WHL one does. Kelly gets it off the draw for the Raiders. He'll pin it to the right side wall. Still 4-on-4 for the final 2 seconds of this period. That's it. That's all. Raiders will walk into the second period with a 3-0 lead. Right in tight, Owen Korkish and Ben Harvey tipping him home. And Steele Bass protecting him in his first start for the Raiders has been key. And we've seen the Raiders clearing out rebounds from in front of the net very quickly. It's why there's only 5 shots on goal. Opening faceoff by our friends at Big Wings is down. Thanks again to our friends at the Man Northway Service Department for sponsoring our keys to the game. Pats are on the attack as Julian Mays fires one wide. And McNutt picks it up on the right side point. He'll back out to center and leaves it along the left side for Cohen Clausen. Clausen dumps this one in. Rudolph's back for it. He'll sweep it up the right side for Barrett. Barrett plays it back around behind the net. Still 4-on-4 for 6 more seconds before Hamilton and Lodwick leave the box. Pats on the attack. Mason's one wide. Rebound sent behind Steele Bass, but he's able to keep it out. And here come the Raiders out to center. Braden Doobie speeding up the right side. Had lost off his stick, but Lodwick gets control. He'll drive below the goal line. Check to the wall by Clausen, but stays with it. Back to the point for Bennett Kelly. Kelly through traffic and finds its way in front, and Doobie played it between his legs looking for Oehring, but he had skated to the corner. Lodwick now Oehring at the side of the goal. That one's going to get sent wide. McNutt gets control. Check to the wall by Doobie. Oehring comes out front, tucks it. Oh, he scores! Aiden Oehring, hey, yo, has his second of the season. Loose puck behind the net came to Oehring, and he made the quick, smart decision. Just play it to the forehand, jam it in, and that's exactly what he did. Just 1 minute and 4 seconds into this second period, and the Raiders continue to run wild. Aiden Oehring with his second of the season. Braden Doobie might pick up an assist on that one. And we'll get set for a face-off at center. 4-1, the score as Max Heisey lines up against Maddox Schultz. Schultz will send it to the left side. Shams is able to poke it up the right side. But now they'll battle for it here as the Raiders and Pats. 2 men in each in the circle in front of the penalty box. And they'll finally blow the whistle and stop play here as Heisey was pinned to the wall. And that will likely move the draw right back to center ice. Lodwick, Heisey, and Chenier out. Sobry and Kelly are the defensemen. Pats have Fawcett, Schultz on the draw, and Lansard. Shams and Bridgman on the back check as they pick it up below their goal line. Sent up the left side for Fawcett. Fawcett flips this one high into the air. It's over the head of Bennett Kelly, who can't settle it down. Kelly will get control, though, back in his own zone as Schultz tries to put a stick lift on him. Kelly spins away along the wall and up the left side for Heisey, who's got room to skate. 2-on-1 with Lodwick. If he can get it to him, Lodwick tipped on goal. Might have been hooked along the way. It looks like a penalty coming. And with that, the Raiders will head back to the power play here. Also, Taylor Tabashniak in goal for the Pats here now, as Kelton Pine has been pulled. Power play unit for the Raiders here as the Pats win the draw. Up the left side, and Connor Bear able to poke it out to center, but Cripps corrals it at the red line. He'll send it to Chenier as they back up. Cripps has it back in his own zone, and he'll send it up the right wall looking for Chenier, but it's off the mark, and Bear will dump it back in for the Pats. Cripps behind his net will scoop it up and skate out the left side now. Cripps over the middle of the red line, sends it left side, gets dumped aside as he enters the zone here, and Cripps is slow to get up. Here's Korkish, plays it around behind the net for Sivertson. Sivertson tried to get it back to Chenier, but that one's off the mark. Cripps is up under his own power, but the Pats are on a 2-on-1. Eglin down left side, in the middle right side for Peranich, who sent it wide, and the Raiders are on the attack the other way as Cripps gets to the bench. Sivertson up the right side, he'll drop it back for Meunier. Meunier in towards the middle now. Sends it left side for Chenier. Chenier towards the goal line. He's going to go around behind the net as he gets around a poke check. Chenier stays with it. Back to the right side point for Rudolph. In towards the line for Korkish. Right side point for Rudolph again. Now here's Chenier on the left side. Wanted to wind up with it, couldn't. Now here's Meunier. He'll try a shot, but McNutt's able to block that one, and it comes out to center. Over a minute gone in the Raider power play here. 17 minutes left in the second period. Raiders still up 4-0. Here's Rudolph over center, sends it left side for Oiring entering the zone. He'll dump it around the glass behind the net. Boychuk from the right point skates into the hash marks and plays it into the corner. McNutt able to pin it to the wall for the Pats, but Doobie quickly steals that one away from his stick. Now they'll battle for it. It comes loose to Boychuk. Back to the middle of the blue line. Rudolph side of the goal. Now Oiring in front for Heisey. Heisey couldn't get a shot away. He skates behind the net with it now. Heisey looking for a man out front. Tried to get it to Oiring, and that hit a body along the way. Tabashniak will come out of his crease to cover it up. Oiring, Rudolph, and Boychuk out for the Raiders. Right side of Tabashniak as Zach Moore comes on for the draw for the Pats, and the Pats get control. Cleared around towards the right side point. Boychuk's able to hold it in as he sends it left side, and Rudolph, no, I thought he was onside, but no, the officials say offside as he lined up way over the line there, but they're not going to, well, now they're calling him on it. Now the puck's dropped and the Pats get control. Cleared into one of the officials there. Ooh, that one looks like it stung Brent Van der Meulen, and the second effort will clear down the ice. Kelly has it behind his net. Drops it back for Harvey as he comes out front. Now Harvey over the center ice line. His first goal in the WHL tonight. Harvey's taken down as he gets it to Smith. Now Deschamps will try and clear the zone, but he fanned on it. Harvey has it below the goal line. In front, that one's off the stick of Tabashniak out to the point, and so we will retreat out to center as the power play's expired, and now Harvey will dump this one in. Smith's back in after it for the Raiders here. Tabashniak leaves it behind the net for Deschamps. A pass ahead for Moore. Moore to the blue line, held in by Sobry. And now Smith's after it. Tabashniak behind the net. He left it for Bridgman, who plays it off the left wall and out to center for Mays. Mays plays it up ahead. Moore will enter the Raiders zone. Moore from the right side, sticked away by Bass. Moore picks up the rebound on the wall, but Smith takes it away. Off the glass to the line, held in by McNutt, chopped away from him. And here comes Ben Harvey with Connor Howe, 2-on-2. Harvey going to crowd it into the middle now. Fires one wide of the goal. Howe picks it up in the corner. Connor Howe put to the wall by Reese Hamilton. Puck comes loose and the Pats have control. Liam Pugh out to center, left side for Julian Mays. He'll cross the blue line into Raider territory. Left side, Pugh one-to-one-timer. Fanned on it on the back of his stick. Now here's Mays back towards the point. McNutt was coming off the bench and hadn't quite got there in time. He'll get it at center and dump it back into the Raiders zone. 15 minutes left to go in this second period. Raiders with a 4-0 lead as Barrett picks it up behind his net. Pats are offside, don't realize it as Mays puts a poke check on, and that's going to draw the face-off back towards the Pats side of the ice. 15:06 left on the clock here in the second period. Pardon me, shots are 13-6 in favor of the Raiders. That works out 2-1 in the period. Pats. And Boychuk wins it back. Right side point for Rudolph. Played ahead for Sivertson in the slot. He'll kick it back to the left side point for Barrett, who makes a move around his defender. Lost his footing though. Boychuk gets it back. Right side, Rudolph open look towards the goal. Tipped just wide there by Meunier. And the Pats get control now. Here's Dace Durkach on the left side. He'll play this one up the left wall. Bear has it into Raider territory up the left side, but Rudolph sent him tumbling into the wall. Puck comes loose along the wall. Now they'll battle for it. Bear standing back up, plays it into the middle, but it's swept into the corner by Meunier. Meunier plays it behind the net for Rudolph, who sends it back to the right wing for Boychuk. Boychuk's out to center now. He's got Sivertson with him. Boychuk over the line, kicks it right for Sivertson. Sivertson fires. That one's blocked. It's going to bounce in front, and Boychuk's going to pick it up on the right side wall. Boychuk plays it into the corner. Sivertson and Meunier are both there for it. Meunier's the one who gets control. He'll go back behind the net now, looking for a centering feed. Back to the right point for Cripps, who's all right after taking some high contact earlier. He'll send it to the right side point for Boychuk. Now left side. Here's Hubert Clark towards the goal, and that one's gloved down by Tabashniak. Clark's had a couple good looks from out in distance. He's able to get it through traffic. This time he can't as it stopped, and play will stop. Clark out there defensively. Moore, Paul, and Brown out for the Pats. Oiring plays it into the corner off the draw, but Bridgman able to chop it back up the wing. Doobie will try and knock it back into the zone, but it's over the glass, not a play of Taylor Tabashniak. Korkish off the draw, able to get it back to left point, and that one's put on goal there by Clark. The rebound went right to Oiring's stick, and I'm not sure how he wasn't able to bounce that one through. Korkish on a diving play, takes down a bunch of bodies, but got the puck first, so no call on the play. Cripps back into his own zone for Clark, now right side for Cripps again. Cripps at the face-off circle, gains the blue line, sent ahead for Oiring, who tips it into the Pats zone. Tabashniak behind his net will play it around towards the right point. Cripps is there for it, and he'll play it back in around behind the net. Pats have control now. Bridgman out the right side. Plays this one out to center. Glove down by Clark. He'll play it up the right side. And pardon me, that's Kelly. And now the Pats back in their own zone. Bridgman up the right side. Tipped into the Raiders zone. Kelly's back for it. Kelly sweeps it around right side. Oiring will scoop it up and bring it ahead. Oiring over the left side to center for Cripps. Cripps now over the left side of the Pats blue line. He'll send it ahead for Korkish. Korkish trying to get it back to him. It comes to Smith at the left point as he comes on fresh, but the Pats get it away, and it's ahead to center for Maddox Schultz. Now up the right side, here's Zach Lancer trying to drag a shot through the legs of Kelly. Kelly blocked it, though, and it's sent up the right side. Howe tried to play it in the middle, taken away by Fawcett towards the goal. That's blocked in front. Harvey will sweep it to the line. Hamilton holds it in. Still 4-0 Raiders, with the Pats starting to press a little bit here as Bennett Kelly goes around behind the net. Lancer blew a tire and went right into Steele Bass here. And now the puck back towards the point. Howe battling for it. The puck comes loose, and it's going to come to Harvey on the right wing. He'll play it off the right side glass. It's rolling on edge. It might have the gas for icing, but it's waved off as McNutt picks it up behind his net. Evan Smith will force him to play it to the left wing. Hamilton plays this one ahead there. Harvey able to disrupt it at the Pats blue line. Howe and Howe and Smith on the retreat, though couldn't touch it as it would have been offside, and the Pats will play it into Raider territory now. Schultz plays it around behind the Raider net. Rudolph will pick it up on the left side and avoid the hit from Lansard. Now Heisey has it around behind the net out the right side. Heisey out to center and into the Pats zone. He'll dump it in as he gains the blue line, now trying to swim around Deschamps as they collide into the corner. Peranich gets it loose for the Pats, out the left side, ahead for Julian Mays. Mays skates into the middle of the blue line, now red line ahead for Clausen. Cohen Clausen enters the zone, pass to the front of the net. Mays goes between the legs, and it squirts through. Bass thought he had it, but it rolled off the hard part of his glove and into the back of the net, and Julian Mays has the Pats on the board. Clausen fed him going towards the goal. Mays had no other option but to put it through with the legs, and it rode up Bass's stick, off the hard part of his glove, and into the back of the net. And the Pats are on the board here. 8 minutes and 12 seconds in, Julian Mays has the Pats' first goal of the night and his first goal of the season. And there's a long conversation going on about this, but we are going to drop the puck at center. Clausen versus Heisey. Mays comes in to help get it back to the point, and Deschamps has control up the right side. He'll take a hit from a couple of big hitters there in Lodwick and Barrett. And Barrett gets control in his own zone. Now here's Rudolph on the right side. Pass ahead looking for Heisey. Heisey able to bring it into the Pats zone. And Deschamps will send it up the right side. Clausen back out to center. Now Barrett takes it away for the Raiders. He'll backhand it high into the air, and it drops into the Pats zone again. And they're going to call icing on the play here as it hopped over the stick of Dayton Deschamps. And a face-off back and left to go in this second period. Julian Mays just moments ago put the Pats on the board with a nifty play between the legs. And as a result, it is a 4-1 game. Raiders with 4 straight goals. And now they'll have control of the puck in their own zone off the draw. Barrett sends it out the right side to center for Chenier. Rudolph gets it back now, and Rudolph going to skate ahead to the red line. He'll send it ahead for Chenier on the right side. Return feed for Rudolph in tight, and he's denied by Taylor Tabashniak at the side of the goal. And now a little bit of pushing and shoving after the fact here. Heisey and Lodwick both getting into it a little bit for the Raiders. Out with Lansard, along with McNutt and Hamilton. And McNutt gets it on the left wing off the draw. He'll play it behind the net for Hamilton. Tabashniak with a little stick swipe there at Meunier as he crossed in front of the crease. Now at the left side, here comes Lancert. He'll cross center and into the Raiders' zone as he cuts to the middle. Drops it back to the left side for Hamilton, who's got a lane towards the goal. Hamilton fires, elbowed away by Steele Bass. Meunier on the rebound, gets it ahead for Boychuk, and Boychuk's out to center on the right side. Boychuk looking to the middle, has Rudolph. He has Meunier back up the wall, and he'll give it to Meunier. Meunier skates the corner, gives it to Rudolph. Now back to the middle. Barrett, side of the goal for Boychuk, who was in a great spot. Just had a man on him and couldn't shoot. Here's Rudolph up the left wing for Barrett. Back to Rudolph now. Rudolph, nice move there to hold on to it. Now Boychuk gets it to Meunier. Meunier had all kinds of room towards the net, but he couldn't handle the puck and took it into the corner. Barrett now, pinned along the right side wall. Not a lot of support on this side here as his teammates are going for a change. Durkach takes it away, and the Pats are out to center. Lancert over the right side, looking for Durkach back in the middle. It gets by his stick and into the corner, and now McNutt poke checked away from him, and the Raiders will have it out to center again. Boychuk into the middle, Cripps, now Meunier on the left side as he crosses the blue line. Drop back for Cripps. Cripps skates into the middle, left it for Boychuk. Boychuk waiting, firing, stopped by Tabashniak. Rebound came out to Boychuk, but Peranich in the way was able to clear it to the wall. And now back alone, Cripps got it to Meunier. Meunier in tight, just lifted it high. Fawcett on the right side wing corrals it for the Pats, and he'll circle back towards the goal line, now skating ahead up to the blue line. Fawcett over the left side of the blue line with Hoyering and Chase. Gets over the Raider blue line, plays it between the legs of Cripps, but Sobry able to take it away. Sobry plays it into open ice, but wait, Dayton Deschamps is there for it. His centering feed for Fawcett. Fawcett gets a shot away, that's patted down by Bass, and now Hoyering trying to get a handle on it. Still 4-on-4 for 20 seconds here as the Pats are poke check back in their own zone. There's a race for it. Hoyering versus Peranich. Peranich gets there first, but Hoyering able to force him into the corner. They both collide. Hoyering wins the battle. Hoyering back to the left point for Sobry. Right point for Cripps. Cripps walks in, drops it back for Doobie. Doobie, left side now, middle of the blue line, drops it left side for Sobry, and Sobry has to back out to center as we return to 5-on-5. Chenier and Moore both back on the ice here as Cripps dumps it in. Doobie's offside, so the Pats will have a chance to get it out of their own zone. This one's sent hard down the ice and off the back of Clausen. Chenier picks it up and gets it into his own zone for Kelly. Kelly up the right side for Smith. Smith enters the Pats zone, puts one towards the goal, and it's going to be covered by Tabashniak. Play stopped, and a face-off to come towards his left with 8:50 left to go in the second period. Still 4-1 Raiders. Booted out because Harvey was over the face-off circle. Now Harvey comes in, and Harvey wins it back clean to Rudolph at the right point. He'll try and fire it through a few legs, but it's blocked. Now Smith working to get it loose along the wall. Harvey had a handle on it, puck loose, and the Pats get control. Played off the glass by Bridgman and out to center. Rudolph gets a handle on it. Now out the left side. Barrett, pardon me. Now Rudolph. And Rudolph's going to send it back to the left side. Harvey enters the zone, but he just stepped offside as he spun his way into the Pats zone. With Pugh and Mays. Kelly gets it off the draw, sends it left side for Sobry. Sobry after it, can't get a handle on it, but it's poked back to Kelly. Kelly plays it around to the right wing. Sivertson into the air. It's off onto the gloves of the Pats and now picked up by Lodwick. He'll enter the zone with speed. Down the left side. Lodwick, though, slowed up by Bridgman just enough, and Lodwick will play it back to the left side point for Sobry. Now right side for Kelly. He'll fire a shot. Save made. Rebound comes to Sivertson. He's forced into the corner, but Sivertson stays with it and tried to shovel it back to the point for Sobry, even though he's tied up along the wall. Got it all the way back into his own zone. Sobry ahead for Kelly, and now back for Sivertson. Sivertson low head for Lodwick and Korkish. Korkish entering down the right side. Poke check back to Kelly at the right point. He'll play it up the wall for Lodwick now. Lodwick towards the goal. That's gloved down by Tabashniak with 7:42 left on the clock here in this second period. Boychuk and Meunier. Haven't seen Hoyering, Doobie, or Chenier for a bit, for that matter. Although Chenier was in the box for a 4-on-4 a little bit ago. Tie up on the draw. The Pats will get it to the blue line, but Cripps holds it in with a fake slap shot. And now Cripps goes across the ice looking for Boychuk, and it just hops off his stick. He'll get it off the wall and play it to Meunier in the opposite corner. Meunier back to Cripps at the right point. Now Cripps puts one towards the goal. Slow rider there. Heisey couldn't get a tip on it to get it over the goaltender. Now here's Meunier on the wall. Back to Heisey in the corner. Heisey, hassled by Durkach, plays it back to the left point. Now right side for Cripps. Cripps, cross ice, tipped on goal by Meunier from distance. And a nice save there by Taylor Tabashniak. We'll get a pop from the Brant Center. Gets set for the draw. Tie up comes to Doobie, back to the right point for Cripps. He'll walk in, fire blocked by Connor Bear. And the Pats get it away. Peranich sends it right side for Moore, who's out to center. He'll gain the red line and dump it into the Raiders' zone. It comes behind the net to the left of Steele Bass. Hubert Clark's on the back check, trying to get it away from Moore. Two Raiders, two Pats, both below the goal line. It comes out to the right point for Deschamps. He'll hold it in with a backhand. Now Clark has it back for the Raiders. He'll leave it along the wall for Doobie. And Doobie, oh no. I think that one went over the glass clean. I was singing that in the commercial break there as the Raiders were nabbed on a penalty kill. 2 minutes for delay of game as Braden Doobie sits in the box. Westview steering and break penalty kill underway as the Pats work it along the blue line. It's Peranich with it. He'll skate down the right side, now left side for McNutt. Into the middle, Clausen a one-timer, and that one went over the net on the rebound. Brown tried to jam it in, but couldn't do so, and the Pats have control still. Mays from the middle of the blue line, fires wide, rebound, scores! Caden Brown on the goal line, able to put this rebound in as it popped off the back wall, and the Pats are within two. "13 minutes, 48 seconds in on the power play. Caden Brown at the goal line, waiting for the rebound off the back wall, and he gets it. And as a result, the Pats are on the board with two. Well, right now it's only showing one. Is there a conversation about this? Wait, there is a conversation about this. I'm not sure what the conversation's for, but Bryce Sebastian of the referees, along with one of the linesmen, is having a word here at the penalty box. And they have not taken the penalty off the board for Braden Doobie. They have not put in the goal on the board for the Pats yet. 6:22 left to go in this second period. It would still be 1:35 of Westview steering and break penalty kill to go. But I'm not sure what the holdup is. Off the wall. Are they making sure Brown didn't have a chance to, or didn't stop Bass from making the save? I'm not sure, but either way, it's cleared down the ice off the draw. The Raiders on the attack here, but Fawcett has it for the Pats on the left wing. He'll play it off the glass and into Raider territory, and Lancert's after it. Lancert behind the net, checked off the puck. It comes to Maddox Schultz. He'll play it back to the right point for McNutt. Now left side for Hamilton. He'll put one towards the goal. It's blocked by traffic. Rudolph scoops it up and plays a bobbling puck off the wall out to center. It's into the Pats zone. McNutt picks it up with Korkish in chase. Pats up the right side to center, and now pass intended for Fawcett's off the mark, and that'll be an icing call. Fawcett's going to argue that he touched it along the way. Either way, it'll be a face-off back in the Pats zone. And looks like to the left side of Tabashniak. Face-off, we'll see. The Raiders come loose. No, Pats get it loose. Here it's Hamilton who comes out to center with it. He'll play it ahead. All kinds of bodies tangled up in the Pats zone here. Raiders get control in their own zone as Lansford was checked off the puck. Here's Sobry behind his net. Sent up the right side off the skates of Harvey, who pokes it back out to center. And now Harvey staying with it here, battling with Lansford. Shams gets a handle on it for the Pats, but it's taken away from him, and the Raiders have control. Harvey backhands this one into the offensive zone. Connor Howe's after here against Colton Bridgman. Bridgman up the left side for Bear. Bear tried to backhand it out, but Harvey able to hold it in. Now Shams is after it on the right side. Shams plays it up ahead for Lansford. He'll take it to the blue line, played it off the wall, knocked out of the air by Harvey, but the Pats get it back as Schultz dumps it in. He'll go for a change as Bass comes out of his net. 4-2 the score for the Raiders as this one's sent out to Sarter, and Ben Harvey's in on the breakaway. Harvey in alone. Peranich on the back check is able to take the puck away from him. Raiders finishing a change as the Pats go the other way. Bear up the left side towards the goal, looking for a tip from Moore. Didn't get one. Moore picks it up on the wall, back to the right point for Deschamps. Now left side Peranich. Peranich on the left side blue line, now skates in the middle, winds up, blasts one, blocked in front. Now here's Deschamps off the right side. That one's knocked out of the air and off the side of the goal, and now puck sent right side. Here's Moore with it. He's on the left wing as he's stapled to the wall by Heisey. And now Brown pinned to the wall by Cripps. Puck comes back to the left point for Peranich. Peranich skates left, now drops it back to Moore on the right side. Moore fires that one high and wide on the back of the goal. Cripps picks it up. He'll send it off the left wall. Howe and chase after it. Can't get a handle on it. And the Pats had control, but Heisey swats it away from Moore and enters the offensive zone. Heisey waiting for some fresh line mates to catch up to him as he sends it left side for Clark. Clark cuts in towards the goal, blocked by traffic in front and into the glove of Taylor Tabashniak. Play stopped with 4:02 left to go in this second period. Eglin and Paul. Face off right side of Tabashniak, tie up on the draw. Puck comes loose towards the slot. Heisey trying to get a stick lift on Paul, but he's able to poke the puck out to center, and Eglin scoops it up. Eglin tried to dump it in, but a good stick there from Clark knocks it right back the other way. And now Chenier's up the left wing. He'll dump it in. Heisey's on the attack. Hamilton gets it first for the Pats. He'll send it up the left side for Paul. 3-on-2 the other way. Paul up the left side. He's got Eglin with him. He'll find the trailing Durkach, but Durkach is poke checked by Lodwick. Puck comes behind the net, and Cripps gets control. He'll play it for Clark, and now they'll have to battle for it in the corner, and Clark gets it back. Clark plays it around right side, looking for Chenier. Chenier spins a backhand into the skates of Lodwick. It comes back to Chenier. His second attempt to high as he gets to him, and he'll tip it in. McNutt behind the net to the Pats. McNutt sent one down the length of the ice, but it was tipped along the way, so icing's waved off as Rudolph plays it up the right wing. Paul gets it back for the Pats. On the left wing, he'll play it around behind net. Now Barrett, left side of Bass, plays it behind his net again to the right side for Meunier. Meunier on the hash marks. Left side for Barrett. Barrett plays it into the air out to center. Boychuk couldn't knock it down. The Pats have control in their own zone as Shams sends it ahead, and now here's Mays down the left side. Mays, cross-ice feed for Pugh in front for Clausen, who tipped it on goal, patted away by Steele Bass, and now Boychuk backing it up to the blue line, but can't hold on to it, and Mays will dump it in. Right side of Bass, it comes to Rudolph. Rudolph flips it high into the air, looking for Sivertson on the attack, and Sivertson and Shams will battle each other into the corner. Puck in the left side corner of the Pats zone. It comes loose to the Pats Mays, who gets it away from Rudolph. Now Liam Pugh makes a move into the middle. He's trying to get away from Barrett. Pugh back to door feed looking for Clausen, but Clausen couldn't handle it. It comes back to Pugh. In front, Clausen scores! It's a one-goal game! Pugh out of the corner finds Cohen Clausen. And 17 minutes and 41 seconds in, the Pats are back within one. Liam Pugh with a great feed there after winning a puck battle in the corner. And just like that, this game is back to within one after the Raiders opened the scoring here in the second period. 1:04 in from Aiden Oehring. The Pats have now closed the gap to one. The Raiders have the draw out center. And it's over on the left wing for Sobry. He'll play it ahead, tipped in by Oehring. No, he didn't get a tip on it. Play stopped as Peranich gets back for the icing call. So Cohen Clausen, after going to the box twice and seeing his team get scored on, the Pats will get the within one thanks to Cohen Clausen on a great tip from Liam Pugh. Face-off left side of Bass. Oehring's on the draw versus Lansard. Kelly got it loose, but no, he tried to play it behind the net, and Fawcett took it away, got a chance on goal, and now Fawcett has it on the goal line again. He'll send it out front. That's disrupted by Sobry. Now Doobie, now Korkish. He'll gain the red line. Korkish dumps this one in. Tabashniak out of his crease to play it, and Tabashniak with some contact there from Doobie. Peranich had fallen as well, and Pats won after Doobie here. Whistle being blown as Fawcett is trying to get after Braden Doobie, along with Brown and Bear. Pats have a quick little huddle in front of their goaltender before the draw. Moore and Heisey on the draw. And the Raiders get control. Chenier back to the right point for Cripps. Cripps across the line here for Clark on the left side, who works down the left side but can't hold on to the puck. It comes loose to Lodwick. He'll play it around behind the net. Heisey able to take it under control. Heisey out the left side of the goaltender in the corner now. Heisey back to the hash marks. Right side point for Cripps now. Cripps walking in, fires, it's blocked, it comes back to Lodwick. He'll fire! That's stopped by traffic in front. Lodwick back on the rebound in the top of the slot. Now it comes back to Cripps. Cripps walks in from the right point. Nice move as Cripps dances through traffic. It's loose in front off the rebound. Now here's Clark, a shot. That one's off the body and off the top of the net. Heisey taken down behind the net. It's cleared to the right side point for Cripps again. Cripps holds on into the middle for Lodwick. He'll shovel it left side for Clark now. Clark to the side of the goal. In front, Chenier tipped it wide. Chenier back to the left side point for Clark. Now right side for Cripps. Cripps walks down, fires. That's blocked by a skate in front, and it's loose. Now to behind the goal. Chenier to the right side point. Tabashniak's down. He's hurt. Play stopped with 57.1 on the clock versus Durkach. Oehring won it back, but it's a fluttering puck. The Pats jump after it, and they've got control out to center as Eglin dumps it in. Rudolph's after it behind his net now with Fawcett closing in. Doobie on the back check comes in to help out. Barrett with a check there on Fawcett again, and the puck comes loose for Rudolph on the left wing. Now out to center for Oehring on the right side. Oehring, nice move to get through the legs of Hamilton. Oehring drags it left side, fires off a stick and wide. Now here's Rudolph towards the goal. That's blocked by Durkach. Durkach will flip it out to center for Eglin. Barrett's back in his own zone, though. He'll play it off the left side. Korkish will play it right side into his own corner for Rudolph. in the Raiders zone now. Rudolph with lots of time and space. He'll send it left side for Barrett. Barrett hard up the ice looking for a tip from Doobie. He missed his stick, and Hamilton corrals it for the Pats at his own blue line. Puck bounces around at center, and Korkish played it with his hand. He'll have to back check for it in his own zone. Now here's Rudolph with it. 7 seconds left to go in the period. It looks like Rudolph's content to just stand there in the corner and wait for time to expire at the end of the second. There's the lackluster buzzer. Could hardly hear that up here. Now Lyndon Barrett and Zach Moore having words. Ephraim McNutt's chirping at the Raider bench here at the end of this period. Right now is down for 3 points. I think one belongs to Zach Lansard. Puck is down and we're underway. Opening faceoff brought to you by our friends at Big Wings. Lodwick up the right wing. Rudolph one-timer scores! It's a Rudy bomb from the right side. And the Raiders have the 2-goal lead back just 7 seconds into the third period. Are you awake yet? Rudolph ripped that one. Past the glove of Taylor Tabashniak. Just 7 seconds in, and Rudolph has his second goal of the season. Harrison Lodwick his second point of the night on the assist. And that could settle the Raiders down early in this third period. Now the 2-goal lead again as Heisey goes head-to-head with Maddox Schultz at the center ice line. Schultz wins the draw, and the Pats are under control as they dump it up the right side. Deschamps plays it behind the net. Bass has control, played it to the right corner for Rudolph. Now Chenier plays it off the right wall, and this one's going to go all the way down this fresh sheet of ice for an icing call, and a face-off to come back inside the Raiders zone. Heisey's going to get an assist on the play as well, his first point as a Raider. I joked about it in our interview earlier tonight. I was hoping Heisey would have some points on the board by the time we talked, but no, he had to wait until after our interviews air. He's on the draw against Maddox Schultz on the right side of Bass. And it's into the right side corner. Barrett will play it off the glass and off the glove of Matt Peranich, who slam dunks it into the Raiders bench. And he's got a bit of a smile on his face after that one. Face off towards the... Raiders are arguing this one should be out towards the blue line. Right now they're saying it's inside the Raiders zone, and that's where it looks like. And Aiden Neurang looks like he's going to nod his head in understanding with the official. He'll line up for the draw against Schultz. Right side of Bass once again. Back to the left point off the draw. Peranich takes it in the middle, now sends it left side. Fawcett a shot, elbowed over the glass and out of play. Draw here. Neurang wins it to Barrett. Barrett plays it off the right wall, but his teammates weren't ready for it as they were just getting out of the pile. Now Rudolph's got control. He's out the right side to center. He'll gain the red line, take a hit from Schultz, and dump it in. Tabashniak behind his net, plays it left side for Fawcett. Now the Pats have control out to center. Lansard 1-on-2 here as he brings it up the left side. Bennett Kelly with the poke check, forces the shot wide, and Sobry collects it in the left side corner. Sent off of a sliding Bennett Kelly. Neurang picks up the loose puck though and plays it along the left wall and out to center. And this one's got the gas for icing maybe. And I didn't hear the whistle. There it is. Play stopped and a face-off to come back into Raider territory here. 1 minute and 7 seconds into this third period. Off the draw, Korkish will take it out to center on the left wing. He'll gain the red line and backhand it in. He takes a hard hit there from Colton Bridgman, but he'll go for a change after the play. Boychuk's in on the forecheck now. Fresh on the ice as the Pats have control behind their net. Sent left side for Shams. Now back in front of the net for Brown. Brown up the right side for Bridgman. Gains the right line, and he'll flip this one high into the air. Opposite wing, right side corner of Steele Bass in the Raiders zone. Kelly trying to sweep it away from the Pats forecheck. It comes to Brown below the goal line again. Brown pinned to the wall by Kelly. Sivertson battling for it behind the net with Moore. Sivertson falls but able to get the puck away for Sobry. Sobry played it ahead. Meunier couldn't handle it and McNutt dumps it back in. Chop towards the goal. That one's tipped on and Bass. Sharp save there as he hugs the right post. Play stopped now with face-off to come towards the right side of Bass. Directing traffic here. Of course, he's got the A on his sweater early in the season as the Raiders get control. Barrett gets control. He'll bring it up the left side and sent ahead for Lodwick. Lodwick hits by his man and has a man in front. Lodwick backhand on goal. Tabashniak a great save there. Puck comes loose. Here's a shot from Rudolph. He's got an A on his sweater as he's denied as well. Here come the Pats out to center. Hit there on Eglin, frees the puck up. Barrett to Chenier and now Rudolph in his own zone. Back to the left wing for Barrett. Barrett plays it ahead for Heisey. He's side by side with Lodwick as Heisey cuts to the middle. Now right side for Chenier. Drop back for Rudolph from the point. He'll fire one. Tabashniak the save. The rebound cleared to the wall by McNutt and picked up by the Raiders. Barrett now Rudolph on the right side. He'll fire again. Blockered away by Tabashniak over the glass and out of play. 2 minutes and 28 seconds gone in this period. Clausen's the man who lines up for the draw for the Pats. Clausen was in the box for 2 goals for the Raiders here. But then right now is credited for 3 points. I think he only should have 2. I think one just got written down as 37 instead of 57 for Zach Lansard. Pats battle it out to center, and Mays gets control over the Raider blue line. His centering feed taken away by Cripps standing in the lane. Harvey avoids the hip check of Peranich and plays it into the Pats side of the ice. Deschamps back for it in his own zone. Stops behind the net as Howell watches from in front. Right side for Peranich now. Peranich skates towards the blue line. His pass is stonewalled by Harvey at the blue line. Harvey enters the zone, but Clausen able to disrupt him, and the Pats are back out to center and into Raider territory. Now at the left side, here's Mays with a chance. That's sticked away by Bass. It comes back to the left point for Bridgman. Bridgman skates to the middle, now leaves it for Peranich. Peranich, poke check by Harvey, and Harvey's trying to get going now. Harvey plays it between the legs of Bridgman because he couldn't get going on the breakaway, and now Bridgman and Harvey battling along the wall. Howe comes in and helps get that puck loose as Harvey takes the hit. Howe gets it loose along the goal line now. Goes around behind the net. Out front. Here's a chance from Krebs. Blasted on goal. But that's stopped by Tabashniak. Play stopped here with a goal. Doobie's got a goal and assist on the right wing. And Owen Korkish has his first as a Raider. Oiring's going to stay in the draw. Pardon me, it's Moore who gets booted out. Moore backs up to the wing, but nobody wants to take the draw. Bear and Brown are arguing over it. Bear's the one who loses the argument. And now the puck towards the face-off circle off the draw. It's lost in the skates of Korkish. The Pats get it loose. And off the stick, or off a skate, it comes to Oiring in the open look. He'll fire. That's off the outside of the post. And now he'll put Bridgman into the wall hard and sends him tumbling to the ice. Puck comes out to center, and now Brown's into the Raider territory. And he'll dump it in. Might have hit Sobry on the dump-in attempt in the head. And now Shams pinned along the wall here. Sobry reacted like he was hit. Now he'll put Brown towards the wall. Brown still with it, though, right side of Bass. Moore fell as he tried to enter the play, and that popped the puck loose. It's going to come to the right point. McNutt skating in, plays it along the corner now. McNutt around behind the net, comes to the right side of Bass, now right wing for the Raiders. Doobie will absorb the hit from Shams as he gets it out to center. McNutt's back for it at his own blue line for the Pats, and McNutt will dump it in from the red line. Bass behind his net, sends it left side Sobry, right side for Clark. No, Kelly, pardon me. He'll send it ahead for Doobie. Doobie lost his footing, and the Pats hold on to it into the zone as Bear dumps it in from the blue line. Lansard tried to stop up behind the net, but Kelly's able to poke it by him. Sobry lost his stick on the play, and now they'll battle for it. The Pats get it loose. Schultz with the centering feed. It's off the mark for Fawcett. Now here's Hamilton along the goal line. That one sticked away by Bass. McNutt back to the blue line, middle of it for Fawcett. He's blocked with a stand-up block by Doobie, and Doobie's going to get loose with Oiring. Didn't realize he had Oiring with him. Might have been a 2-on-1 as Doobie dumps this one in. Menyer's in on the forecheck as McNutt plays it behind his net to the right for Fawcett now. Fawcett out to center. 15 minutes left in the third. It's still 5-3 Raiders. Schultz enters the zone, trying to shot around Rudolph, but that was blocked, and Rudolph has control. Rudolph, the lone goal of the third period, came 7 seconds in as Barrett sends it right side for Sivertson, who picks up off the wall clean. And now Menyer's after it on the left. Right side corner of the Pats goaltender. Hamilton picks it up, skates left side, and sends it ahead for Fawcett on the wing. He's out to center. Fawcett into the Raider blue line. Pass to the middle is going to come into the opposite corner. Schultz couldn't get a handle on it. Puck comes loose. Now Lancer to the backhand, whistles wide. Now here's Fawcett. Picks it up inside the left side of the blue line. Right side for Peranich. Now Pat's finishing a change as Peranich spins his way towards the goal line. Now has fresh line mates on as he drops it back for Durkach. Durkach up the left wing finds a man, but wait, play stopped here. Too many men on the ice for the Pats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No? I'm not sure what blew the play dead here. It was for a second, but maybe I lost count or something. I thought maybe I counted one of the officials. They don't have a number up next to the penalty, but it is on the board. 14-12. Well, we're getting a look now on the big board here. There's 4, 5. There might have been a late change there, but the replay didn't give us the best of look at things. Liam Pugh will serve the penalty for what I believe is too many men, and that'll send the Raiders back to the advantage collision power play. They're 2 for 4 on the night. One towards the wing. Doobie stepping on the puck, trying to keep it away from McNutt, and the Pats get control out to center. Durkach took a hit from Rudolph and then collided into Heisey as well. Boychuk on the back check has Brown all over him, but able to get it loose for Oiring on the left wing. Oiring going to skate this one ahead. Now right side for Doobie as he enters the zone. Now Rudolph. Rudolph's going to send it to the opposite corner for Oiring. Can't get a handle on it. Deschamps will clear it around the side, and that one's cleared out to center. Dace Durkach hustling after it. He's one-on-one against Doobie. Durkach puts one on from a sharp angle, and he's going to force Steel Bass to cover this one up and stop play. Barrett and Cripps out for the Raider power play with 1:30 to work. Face off in their own zone, though, as Bear goes on the attack and pins Cripps to the wall. Puck comes loose, and Barrett and Chenier work together to get a handle on it. Now Cripps will skate around behind his net, hassled by Bear. Bear doing everything he can, but not taking the penalty. Great work there. Now Barrett sends it up the right side and enter the zone to Sivertson. Drop back for Barrett along the right wall. He'll gain the hash marks before dropping it back to the line again for Cripps. His pass to Chenier hops over his stick, but Chenier gets it back for Sivertson. Sivertson couldn't get a handle on it. It's cleared to the line. Barrett holds it in. Chenier on the left wing now. Cross-ice feed finds Barrett on the right side. Barrett to the middle for Cripps. Cripps left side. Chenier one-timer into the pile. Blocked by Bridgman, who had his back to it. And Chenier just fine-tuned that one a little too wide. I think he had the net there if he could have hit it. And now Cripps goes around behind the net. Cripps going to bring it around the right side. And he'll gain center here. Raiders only have 4 guys on the ice here as Cripps brings this one in. He'll put it around behind the net. Now Chenier's got control. Chenier played around behind the net. Sivertson couldn't settle it down. It hops over his stick. And now Sivertson trying to get it loose from Deschamps. Deschamps plays it around to the point. It's held in by Boychuk. Now Oiring in the middle. Power play set up for the Raiders as Boychuk gets it on the right side. Boychuk curls back to the right side blue line. Gives it to Oiring now as they swap spots. Oiring skating into the corner now. Out front, here's Cripps. Cripps couldn't get it, the trigger pulled. He'll give it to Sivertson. How did Cripps sneak down into the slot there? Chenier plays it below the goal line. Cripps is still there. He'll give it to Oiring on the other side. Now trying to send it across the crease. McNutt's able to block it here. Pugh's about to exit the box as Dace Durkach dumps this one in. 2 for 5 on the power play tonight are the Raiders here as Boychuk gets control and sends it left side for Chenier. Chenier over the red line, plays this one in. Sivertson's after it. Shams put to the wall hard by Sivertson. And Peranich tripping over the leg of Sivertson behind him. And now they'll battle for it to the right side of Tabashniak. Puck comes loose on the stick of Julian Mays. He'll play it off the glass, but it's going to get held for a moment by Howe. Taken away, and the Pats are out to center. Julian Mays over the left side. Mays in the middle. Peranich, a one-timer, fanned on it. Got enough stick for did Bass, and it's cleared out to center by Smith. Now Shams back up the right side. Clausen at the red line trying to dump it in. Comes to Liam Pugh. Pugh one-on-one against Rudolph, who gets a good stick in the lane and stops that shot from getting through. Now Harvey's going to lift this one high out to center. Bridgman didn't get a stick on that one. It'll be down the ice and a nice and call with 11:22 left to go in this period. 5-3 the score for the Raiders. I'm Nick Nielsen. Jackson Rudolph, the lone goal of the third period, came just 7 seconds in. Face off in the Raiders zone. Maddox Schultz wins it, and the Pats have control towards the goal. Here's a chance from Reese Hamilton. Sticked away by Bass, and now sent to the front of the goal by Lancer, but it goes through. And now McNutt plays it back behind the net. Rudolph plays it around right wing, and Hamilton got a stick on it, but couldn't hold it into the zone. He'll have to back check now with Harvey closing in. And now here's Schultz. Plays it ahead. Lansard handled that one, I think, offside. No, it is onside as Rudolph lost a handle on it to Schultz there for a moment, but it's cleared out to center, and here's Heisey up the right side. Heisey, his first point as a Raider came in as an assist tonight. He gets hit hard there by Hamilton. Puck back to the right side blue line, though. Raiders hold it in. Kelly with a shot. Chenier looking for a tip, but it goes wide. Clark with a shot. I think Chenier did get a piece of that one. Yes, he did. His stick broke on the play. Lodwick plays it back in. And now the Pats with control. Oh, Chenier's stick is fine. He just dropped it on the play. Now sent out to center. Fawcett gloves it down, but Kelly takes it away for the Raiders. He'll play it behind his own net for Clark on the right side. Clark keeps it going up the point. Peranich couldn't slow it down and dumps it back in. Now Clark with control, trying to battle behind the net against Caden Brown. Puck comes loose towards the side of the goal. Bass tried to cover it with his blocker, but couldn't. Now Heisey gets it loose, and he'll play it to the right wing for Lodwick. Lodwick, backhand, is this one passed to the defender, and now skates down the ice, battling against Deschamps. Sent in front for Chenier, tipped on goal. Think it hit the side of it. Lodwick still battling with Deschamps, and Deschamps not letting him go here. Lodwick doesn't have a stick. Oh, no, wait, who lost their stick on the play? That's Chenier again here as it comes out to center. Now here's Moore down the right side. Moore into Raider territory. Brett with a nice stick lift gets it loose and played around to the point on the left side. Pats can't hold on to it, though, and Bear watches this one go by his stick and down the length of the ice. Chenier's stick still discarded behind the net as Peranich takes it behind the net and left it there for Bridgman. Oiring comes in to try and get the puck loose and had it for a moment. Now Bear takes it away, sent up the right side for Moore, and the Pats are out to center. Moore gets the red line, dumps this one in, although he was hassled by Korkish. Bass gets behind his net, plays it right for Rudolph, now left for Barrett. Barrett off the left wall finds Korkish, who couldn't settle the puck down. Moore takes it away, but Korkish on the back check takes it right back. Korkish hard around the right side. Doobie chops this one out to center and slowed it down enough to not get the icing call. Now here's Manuel Shams behind the net. The Leipzig, Germany-born defenseman sends it right side. McNutt gets control for the Pats, and they'll bring it over the left side. He'll dump this one in. Around behind the net, Bennett Kelly gets control for the Raiders. Around the left wing for Meunier now. Meunier, nice move, gets it ahead to Boychuk. Boychuk maybe a 2-on-2 with Sivertson. He's also got Sobry following the play up, but can't get it across to him, and the Pats take it away. Here's Durkach up the left side for Eglin now. 8:48 left to go. Eglin leaves it along the left side for Durkach. He'll try a shot. Gloved down by Bass, and play will stop. Face off to come towards the right side of Bass. I didn't see that live as it happened. I just got a good look at it on the screen. That was incredible from back in the second period. Here in the third, though, Raiders still with the 5-3 lead as Bennett Kelly plays this one off the glass and down the length of the ice. And they're going to call an icing on this one, even though, oh, no, Waitson's waved off. Here's Peranich now. Check to the wall by Heisey. Puck comes loose out to the slot. Chenier stepping up, couldn't get a shot away. He only poked it into the corner. Pats get control back, though, but it's jammed right back in by Lodwick. Now here's Heisey trying to center this one. It comes off the side of the net. Chenier's got a chance at it at the side of the goal. Whacked away at it a couple times, and the Pats are going to take exception to that. Mathis Paul, I believe, getting in Chenier's face about it versus Smith. 8:18 left to go in this third period. Off the draw, it comes loose to Harvey. He'll send it to the right point for Cripps. Cripps thought about shooting, now dumps it into the corner. Smith left it behind the net, and the Pats get control. Here's Peranich. Plays it off the right side wall. Clark jumped into the air to try and hold it into the zone, but couldn't. Cripps gets back to his own zone, plays it off the left side glass, and the Pats have it back in their side of center. Peranich finds it over the left side for Clausen now. Clausen skating up to the right side of the blue line. He'll dump it in on the backhand. Clark looks over his shoulder, now picks the puck up, takes the hit from Clausen, and now is pinned to the wall. Pugh in that pile for the Pats. He's pinned to the wall by Smith. Looks like Pugh's the one who's got control here, but the puck comes loose behind him. Now Smith has it in his skates again. And they'll blow the whistle here just as Cripps was able to shovel that out of the pile. Rudolph and Barrett. Pats put out Schultz, Lansard, and Fawcett helps on the draw, get it back to Bridgman. Bridgman towards the net. Schultz with a nice tip there. And it came off the pad of Bass, who covered it up quickly. The draw, the Raiders get control. Barrett plays the bobbling puck off the wall, but it comes right back to Doobie, and Doobie's able to play it ahead. He's on a 2-on-2 with Korkish. Doobie poke check towards the wall, but he's able to get back towards it first. He'll play it behind the net for Korkish now. Korkish looking out front, sends it to the left point for Rudolph. Rudolph from distance, his shot blocked by Lansard. They'll battle for it out to the red line. Doobie plays it ahead. Korkish gets control. And Korkish tried to one-touch it ahead for Oiring, but a nice play by Bridgman. Now Bridgman entering the zone. He'll try and stick-handle his way to the middle, but Barrett takes it away. Barrett behind his net, right side for Doobie. Doobie played it off a glove of one of the Pats. Now Oiring gets control at center. Oiring lost his handle on it at center, but Fawcett is taken or stripped by Doobie. Doobie now trying to work up the right side. Absorbs the hit there from Bridgman and then plays it into Pats territory. Raiders finishing a change. Here is it's dumped in by Lansard behind the Raider goal. Sobry with control around the right side. Plays this one ahead to center. Sivertson protects the puck and dumps it in. Tabashniak stops it to the side of his goal, not behind. Played it along the wall here, and Sobry able to hold it in from the left point. Into the corner. Boychuk, nice stick lift there on McNutt. Now they'll battle for it, and puck comes loose to Sivertson on the left wing. Sivertson back to the right point. Finds Bennett Kelly. Kelly with a shot. That's blocked by Bear and over the glass and out of play with 6:19 left in this game, though, is Durkach won it. Now here's Kelly, who holds it at center. He'll dump it right back in for the Raiders. Tabashniak will stop it behind his net and sends it right side for McNutt. McNutt now tried to play it behind the net, but fanned on it, played it off the side. He'll pick it up again and play it up the left side for Clausen. Boychuk, though, and Meunier not letting him get loose too easily, and the puck swatted out to center. And into Raider territory here is Bennett Kelly's back for it with Caden Brown in chase. Now Sobry on the left side. He'll play it ahead. Meunier tips it into the middle. Now Boychuk is ahead over the line with Sivertson. Sivertson from the right side. Drags, fires! That's blocked by Clausen in front, who didn't even see it. And now Boychuk gets control. Boychuk and Sivertson working after it in the corner. Reese Hamilton is the man who gets it loose. Now Zach Moore, he's got it in control in the left side corner of his own zone. Clausen gets a handle on it. He'll flip this one ahead. Clark knocks that one down to the glove for the Raiders. And Boychuk had to play it, otherwise the Pats might have had a rush. As a result, hand pass called and a face-off outside the Raiders' zone with 5:28 left to go. Territory, Clark sends it right side for Cripps, and now in towards the middle. Heisey couldn't tip it out. Mays holds it in. Now Peranich with a nice move in towards the middle. He'll fire, and that stopped. Rebound comes to Clausen, and the bobbling puck hops over his stick. Now Mays with a shot. That one got tipped high and over the net. Chenier takes a hit and helps the puck get out to center and into Pat territory. 5 minutes left to go. Raiders with a 5-3 lead. Here come the Pats to center. Mays over the right side of the Raider line. cuts towards the middle. He's disrupted by one too many bodies. Deschamps tried to swat a shot towards the goal. Now Heisey plays the loose puck, but Clausen gets a handle on it and plays it behind the net. Mays had it chopped away from him. Lodwick's after it, battling with Deschamps to try and get it out, but Deschamps holds it in. Heisey on the second effort, clears it to the line, not out. Matt Peranich holds it in. His shot blocked by Chenier. Peranich blows a tire, and he can't hold the line. Chenier able to muscle it up to center, and Lodwick's going to take control now. He's hauled down there by Peranich. Both guys looking for a call there. Schultz gets it over center, and he'll try to dump it in. Kripp's able to take it away on the wall, though, and now here's Harvey on the right side. Ben Harvey skates ahead to the red line, dumps this one in. Tabashniuk behind the net, slows it down for Bridgman in the right side corner, but Sivertson has him pinned, and Smith is going to get loose. Evan Smith lost his handle on it, and now battles for it with Bridgman again. Puck comes loose out front. Howe with a chance, and that hit a body in front and goes high. Now here's Smith with it again. Smith back to the left point for Barrett. Barrett backhands it back up the left wall and into the corner, around behind the net. Here's Bridgman with control. Now Fawcett takes it away. He'll clear it up to the right side line, held in by Rudolph. Now Howe's after it, and the Pats get a handle on it. On the right side, Zach Lansard plays this one down the length of the ice. And play stopped here, 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the period. Here Shams has knocked him down a couple times, but Oiring stayed with the puck. Comes back to the line for Barrett, who dumps it in. Now Korkish, that was a little close to interference, maybe not enough of a shove from Bridgman, and now it's cleared out to center. Lansard's after it here. He's going to beat the icing call with Barrett in chase. Lansard tries to put the reverse check on him, but Barrett absorbs the contact and now just pins him along the wall. Rudolph has it along his stick, pinned to the wall in the left side corner. Lansard and Fawcett both battling to get it loose for the Pats. And Fawcett will get it loose, back to the right side point for McNutt. The goaltender's pulled here. Pats have the 6-on-5 here with 3 minutes left to go in the period, but the Raiders have control over center. Doobie played it ahead for Korkish, who couldn't handle it, and the Pats are back in their own zone. McNutt goes around behind his net, and he'll hold on to it before he sends it up the right side for Mays. Mays now into the middle, finds Reese Hamilton, back to Mays on the right side as he enters the Raiders zone. Back to the right side point, here's McNutt, now Mays on the right wall. 6-on-5 as he sends it left side. Here's Fawcett. Fawcett to the middle. Hamilton blasts one. He scores! Reese Hamilton from the middle of the blue line fires one through traffic. 6-on-5 converts, but they're still down by one with 2:33 left to go. 17 minutes and 27 seconds in. Reese Hamilton, one-timer from the middle of the point. And a face-off will come at center. Raiders the one-goal lead here. Rudolph with the go-ahead goal came 7 seconds into this first period. Heisey, Chenier, and Lodwick out there for the Raiders. Heisey on the draw versus Cohen Clausen. Shots in the period, 6 for the Raiders, 9 for the Pats here as the Pats get control off the draw at center. Deschamps will dump this one in. Comes around to the Raiders' right wing. Kelly will play it ahead for Chenier. He has it in his skates at the hash marks, but able to get it back in the corner for Kelly. And now they'll battle for it here, right side of Bass. Chenier trying to chop it ahead to the blue line. Pats have the goaltender pulled again. Mays from the middle of the blue line fires one. That one's off the back wall, and it's going to come out towards the slot. They'll battle for it to the side of the goal. Clausen got a shot away. Yeah, now Bass able to cover it up. Play stopped, and now the clearing work begins. Hamilton's goal comes from Moore and Mays. So Mays with a 3-point night tonight. And off the draw, the Pats get control. McNutt to the left side for Peranich. Peranich will stay along that left side point before he sends it right side for McNutt and back to the middle for Fawcett. Fawcett tried a shot. Oiring blocked that one. A little slow to get up. Puck bouncing, but he gets back up. Here's Schultz from the right side now. Schultz off the post and out! And Oiring will play this one back out to center. Schultz can't quite hold the line. His pass to the middle finds Peranich here with 1:40 left to go. But what a shot that was by Maddox Schultz. Mays couldn't get a handle on it here. Raiders have it in their own zone. Rudolph now Barrett on the right side, plays it out to center for Heisey. He'll gain the red line and he'll hit the empty net. Max Heisey has his first as a Raider, and it should seal it with 1:31 left to go. Empty netter for the San Jose Sharks draft pick. Might have just finished this one off for the Raiders. 18 minutes and 29 seconds in. Max Heisey, his second point of the night. Lyndon Barrett will pick up an assist. This crowd thought that Maddox Schultz had scored moments ago, but it went off the post and out. And now the Raiders have the 2-goal lead back, and Heisey his second point of the night as he lines up for the draw at center up against Cohen Clausen. Clausen wins it back to Hamilton. Tabashniak's out of the net towards the bench again. Bass is out of his net. He'll play it behind the net. Sobry plays around left side, but Brown able to block it. Now one-timer from Moore. Blocked by something in front and cleared back out to center. Hamilton's back in his own zone with it now. Hamilton going to skate up the right side over center and into Raiders zone. Down the right side to the goal line. Hamilton backhanded out front, but Bass able to get the stick in the way to cover that one up and stop play. And Lodwick just manhandling Zach Moore out of the pile. Minute 6 left to go. Face off to come towards the left side of Bass. Pats still have Tabashniak at the bench here. The Regina native has made some nice saves for the Pats in net here tonight. And it seems like a timeout being called here. That is the case. The Regina Pats will use their timeout here. Down by 2 with a minute 6 left to go. And they were within a goal just a moment ago, but Heisey able to take the empty netter with assists from Barrett and Rudolph. So Rudolph has a multi-point night going tonight as well. Raiders had the 4-0 lead. The Pats came back to bring it within 1 before the end of the second period. Daxon Rudolph then fired the go-ahead goal here with 7 seconds played in the third period. Pats battled back, though, late in this one with the empty nets. Score a 6-on-5 goal. And then Max Heisey just a few moments ago able to put it in from center. Has the Raiders back up by 2. Heisey and Lodwick are on the ice again, but Lodwick will take the draw on his strong left-hand side. Up against Maddox Schultz. And they'll tie each other up off the draw. Rudolph able to play it back behind the net, and he'll swing it to the right side for Chenier. Chenier golf swings at it, but Mays able to hold it in. Last minute of play brought to you by our friends at Mr. Mike's as Mays sends it left side. Here's a shot patted away by Bass. Now they'll try and bank it off the back of him, but it hits the side of the net, and Barrett in the corner lost his handle on it to Schultz. Schultz played it out front. It's loose in front. Somewhere in the pile. It's cleared down the ice. It's got some spin on it. Is it going to hit the net? Off the post! And they blew the whistle. 33.6 on the clock, and did they just call that an icing call when it hit the post and stayed in front of the goal line? They're going to do the draw at center. That ain't the right call. And so Tabashniak, you can see, he's on the big board right now trying to hustle to get back on the ice here with a draw at center. He's going to start this play here up at the top of the circles. It looks like the Raiders will get a change here with Smith, Howe, and Harvey coming on. 42.6 is what they put on the clock now. Schultz on the draw versus Smith. They're having a long conversation about this here at the penalty box. But what exactly the time should be as it goes on here. So they almost let 10 seconds go at the penalty box there, because they were just as flabbergasted as I was that was called icing. Obviously not the right call if they're moving the draw to center. Shots show 31-21 in favor of the Raiders, but you take a look at how things went in the third period, that only works out to 7 in the period for the Raiders. Pats with 10. Face off at center, Smith versus Schultz. Schultz wins it back clean. Hamilton will pick it up inside his blue line, and the Pats will go on the tack. Tabashniak's back at the bench. 6-on-5 as Rudolph picks it up below the goal line. He'll wrap it around the boards, and this one's got the gas to get all the way out of the zone. Hamilton will pick it back up in the Pats side of center. Hamilton over the red line now, dumps this one in. Behind Bass from the left to the right. Rudolph battling on the right side with Hamilton. In the corner, they'll have control. 3 Pats, 3 Raiders all below the goal line. It comes loose, and Harvey gets control, and he'll play it through the middle of the ice. Connor Howe in a race for it, trying to get it against Mays. Mays will get there and get control in front of his own goaltender, but that's, or empty goal, I should say. He'll pass it ahead for Lansford, but that's it. That's all. This game is over. 6-4 final score for the Prince Albert Raiders tonight. And a bunch of firsts to celebrate as well. Ben Harvey, Owen Korkish, Max Heisey, all picking up their first goals as Raiders here tonight. And as a result, the Raiders have the 6-4 win